Welcome back to the Bourbon Note, everybody. I'm Ben. We've got bourbon on the bar. Let's get into it. All right, so today, coming at you with a little solo video. Greg and I ran out of content and didn't have time to film stuff together, so I'm gonna put together a couple of solo reviews here just to keep the content coming. But today on the bar, we've got, bam, this is George Dickel Bottled and Bond 13 year. So I know that George Dickel doesn't always get the best reputation from a lot of people. Truth be told, it seems like a lot of people really hate George Dickel products. Greg and I have never really been on that sort of wavelength, I guess, for lack of a better term. We've always kind of been 50-50 on it. We did a flight one night of some Dickel products, maybe some Dickel sourced stuff. And some of their lower end products we really didn't like at all. And then some of the other ones we did. A while ago when we first started the channel out, we actually did a review of this exact, the Bottled and Bond, the blue label, but it was an 11-year one. And we both really liked that. Now that was a couple of years ago, so tastes change, and to be honest, I haven't had one of these style products since then. So this will be interesting to get into. 13-year age stated Bottled and Bond. Let's go into the nose here. It's actually pretty nice on the nose, to be honest. Nice oak spice. A really, really nice caramel, like more so than a lot of bourbons, to be perfectly honest. Maybe not a lot, but I mean this one, I think the caramel note really stands out in like sort of that like ice cream topping caramel, which is really good. And then George Dickel is kind of known for having the Flintstone vitamin sort of like mineral note to it. It's there, but I feel like on this one it's a little more well balanced, where it's not really overwhelming the rest of the stuff. And to be perfectly honest, I don't really mind that note as long as it's balance, as long as it's not like, the prominent thing that's all you're getting. So, well, I've kind of got high hopes for this one. Let's get into the palate. Cheers. That's not bad, to be honest. The Dickel vibes are there, but just like on the nose, I feel like they're not overwhelming. So that kind of minerally note is in there, but I don't think it's not the dominant flavor. It's really that nice oak spice and caramel. I wouldn't say that this is terribly complex. And maybe it drinks on the thinner side for being 13-year age stated and 100 proof. It doesn't have maybe the greatest drinking experience as far as like mouthfeel and viscosity goes. Not terribly oily, but it's got some nice flavors. Let's go in for another sip. So in that sip, I got a little more of that, excuse me, mineral note, a little more of the Flintstone vitamins, but a really nice oak spice. And so, like I said, I don't think this is the most complex sort of whiskey, but the oak, the caramel, and the that slight mineral, kind of bordering into like cherry flavors, I think work fairly well together. So I would say if you're overall like just a ride or die Dickel hater, I don't know if this is going to change your mind. Maybe if you put this in a blind with some other stuff, you wouldn't pick this out as the Dickel, if you didn't know it was in there. I would say if you're half and half to maybe not fully off board, but not fully on board, this might be a good one if you want to explore maybe kind of a better side of the Dickel lineup. I think you can do a lot worse within their product range, but this one's pretty good. I think these range from like $40 to $50 MSRP, which right then and there, that's not bad for 13-year age stated whiskey. Also Bottled and Bond. I picked this up for $35 at Total Wine. And so, yeah, I'm not disappointed in that at all. For $35, I mean, you can definitely do a lot worse. And I think, honestly, at the $50 price point, you can do a hell of a lot worse than this, too. Again, I think if you were to maybe drink this in a blind and not know what it is, you're going to maybe find a little bit of that mineral note, but I don't know. I just don't think it's really overwhelming on this one. Let's do one more sip here before we get out of here. Yeah, again, not bad. So this one, I think for me, having it on the bar now, I think this will work well for kind of like a daily pour sort of thing, and not literally drink it every day, but you know, the daily pour in the sense that it's not a fancy whiskey. You don't care if you kill the bottle. Hanging out on a Saturday night, you want to have a few pours. You can go to this one, maybe have a cigar with it, and you don't really care how much of a dent you put in the bottle because it's not expensive, it's not rare, but I think it's good enough for that for sure. So again, at the $35 price point, absolute recommend to at least just explore like one of the better of the Dickel products. Beyond that, I guess it's up to you if you want to roll the dice, depending on what your feelings about this brand in general are. So, all right, well, thank you guys very, very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We also have a Patreon. Check that out. This has been George Dickel, Bottled and Bond 13 year on the Bourbon Note. I'm Ben, and we will catch you on the next one.